Hey guys, JPMX21 here. Welcome back to another one of our WWE pay-per-view previews slash reviews, and this time we're going to do the review actually for WWE Money in the Bank, advertised as the best Money in the Bank ever. So, taking it to a perspective of being the best Money in the Bank ever, was it the best Money in the Bank ever? I don't know, but was it a good pay-per-view? Yes, it was a good pay-per-view, and in my opinion, we're gonna talk about the rating that I'm gonna give it in the end of the review, but my opinion, hands down, the best pay-per-view, WWE pay-per-view of this year, hands down. So, we're gonna go through every single match like usual. We're gonna go one-on-one through all of the matches, all of the 10 matches that happened. We're gonna discuss talk about them one-on-one. I'm gonna give him a rating, and at the end, we're going to give a rating to the whole show. So let's begin. Let's begin with the kickoff show. We have the kickoff show, we have a tag team match. Actually, the kickoff show was 2 tag team matches, but we have the first tag team match. We have the Golden Truth, being R-Truth and Goldust, against, what is it called? It's not Febreze. Febreze would have been a good name. It's like, What is the name of this what is the name? It's not what is it? Oh my god, I forgot the name of it. It's Breezango. There you go. It's Breezango. It's Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Okay, I was thinking, what the hell is the name of this? But it's Breezango. And this match was a fucking joke. I am sorry, I don't usually curse. I mean, now that I say, I almost curse every single WWE pay-per-view preview or review. I almost curse every single one. But in the Pokemon, I don't usually curse as much. But this match was a fucking joke. I said this on Twitter. This match was a joke because, you know, the Golden Truth come out. Okay, they come out. Okay, they're kind of over with the crowd. Not super over because, to be honest, this is like a jobber thing type of what's going on. And then it comes out Tyler Breeze and Fandango. We're all that sunburned going on, and I said, okay, this match is a fucking joke. I already know who's gonna win. It was pretty obvious when they came out to the ring that the Golden Truth was going to win. It was pretty damn obvious. So I didn't really care about this match. The match. Okay, it's to be honest, it was the worst match of the card in my opinion because it was a joke. I mean, if Tyler Breeze and Fandango didn't come out as they came, like with all that sunburn and all that stuff, I would have given a higher rating. But with all that stuff, it's making the matches feel like a joke. So that's why I didn't really like it. Okay, the end was okay. The Goldust hit, was it Fandango or Tyler Breeze? I think it was Fandango. Hit Fandango with his finisher, 1, 2, 3. The Golden Truth finally gets a win, and Goldust was going crazy to Mike Chioda, saying like, "Oh, we won a match? Are you serious?" All that stuff, but yeah. So the match wasn't all that. I mean, I like the only thing that I'm going to give it a rating is that I like the fact that Goldust almost did his old finisher. That finisher when he hits you, I think it's the knee on your genitals. I guess you can say that. But it seemed like he was going back to the old school Goldust, and I thought about it, is that legal? Is that move still legal? Like, isn't that considered a low blow? I think it is considered a low blow, but okay. Either way, rating for this match, I'm gonna give it a 1.5. I'm gonna give it a 1.5. I didn't really care about the match, to be honest. I didn't really care about the match. Okay, the Golden Truth are funny and all, but it was like 3 months in the making or something, and okay, calm down. First Goldust wants a partner, then Goldust, then R-Truth says no, then they flip it aside, then Fandango comes with Goldust, then Fandango turns heel, they form the Breezango, and then the Golden Truth is finally formed. They lose a match with Breezango, then they lose a match with the Dudley Boys. So yeah, I don't really know. So yeah, for this match, I'm gonna give it a 1.5. Moving on to the next match on the kickoff show, we have another tag team match. We have the Lucha Dragons, represented by Kalisto and Sin Cara, against the Dudley. I'm sorry. Sorry, against the Dudley Boys. And I mean, let's be honest. I didn't. These matches were not announced at the time that I recorded the preview, but I said it in the description, the ones that I want, my prediction. And I gave it to the Dudley Boys. I gave it to the Dudley Boys at WrestleMania. I gave it to the Dudley Boys. I don't know. I know I gave it to Dudley Boys at WrestleMania, and I gave it to Dudley Boys here on Money in the Bank. But I'm never going to go for the Dudley Boys again, because they automatically lose every single pay-per-view. Oh, I gave it to the Dudley Boys in the Royal Rumble. That was it. But I'm not gonna give them any more, because the Dudley Boys, I like the fact that Dudley Boys are putting up are putting over the new talent. Yes, I do like that. I love the fact that they put it up against Enzo. They coming up against Enzo and Cass, and against the New Day last year. So yeah, I like that about the Dudley Boys. But I'm never going to go for the Dudleys again. So yeah, the match was actually really good. I'll give you that. This match was actually really good. It had some good spots. The Dudley Boys, I think it was with Sin Cara, you know, he had, and there was a point that the Dudley Boy, I think it was Bubba. Yeah, it was Bubba. And Bubba went to the corner and did Hulk Hogan's here thing. I think he did that, or he was just like to get some heel heat. Maybe it was just to get some heel heats. I don't know. But it looked like it was going to, oh, let me hear like Hulk Hogan did before. But yeah, it was kind of like, what, really? And the match was actually entertaining. It was actually really entertaining. It was actually, it's not, for a pre-show, it was actually a pretty decent match. So yeah. Again, the match ended with Kalisto hitting, I think it was Bubba, with the Salina del Sol. Then Sin Cara goes for the Dragon Bomb. I think they're calling it as a Dragon Bomb, but it's basically a Swanton Bomb. So yeah, and then Sin Cara got the pin. 1, 2, 3. The Dudley Boys lose. Kalisto and Sin Cara win the match. So it had some good spots. It had that spot when Kalisto and Sin Cara jumped over the ropes to the Dudley Boys. That was actually really good. The match was entertaining. The Lucha Dragons are entertaining, and you can still see that they have something to do with them. And I mean, next direction for them are probably going to be for the tag team title picture. But judging as the tag team title picture is right now, you have the New Day, which we're gonna get to that in a bit. We have Enzo and Cass, or the Club. Now we have the Wyatt family. Apparently, the Wyatt family are going after for the titles, I guess. But we'll talk about that in a bit. But before talking about that, let's just give this match a rating. I'm gonna give the Dudley Boys versus the Lucha Dragons, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. So because it was entertaining, and even though I didn't go for the Dudley Boys on my prediction, I still like the fact that the Dudley Boys are putting over the new talent. So yeah, moving on, we have the opening match of the show. We have the WWE World Tag Team Championships on the line. And yes, last time I said that I think it's going to be the last time I say it, but no, it's not. We have the New Day defending the WWE Tag Team Championships against the Vaudevillains, Enzo and Cass, and the Club, represented by Anderson and Gallows, in a fatal 4-way match. And first of all, I hate the stipulation that they use on this Fatal 4-Way, because it's a goddamn mess. It's just a mess. Because you don't know who's the legal man. There were some rumors that Kofi, when the New Day won, he didn't quite pin the right man. It's just a mess. Just put 4 guys from each team in the match. Put in the beginning of the match, put 1 of each team, and we have a Fatal 4-Way. That's a Fatal 4-Way. It's not a one-on-one. Like that, it doesn't make sense. I don't like it. I don't like it. But it used to be that way. What happened? I don't know. It used to be that way. But oh well. So the match was really good, really entertaining. I really liked it. But there was some botch. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna give this match a 3.5 out of 5. It's not a 4 because there were botches behind botches, and not like the biggest botch. Some people were saying that Luke Gallows did the biggest botch. In my opinion, it wasn't. You know, Luke Gallows, the botch with Luke Gallows was you have Anderson and Gallows putting up the Magic Killer on Aiden English, and Anderson goes for the cover, but Biggie breaks up, and Biggie holds Anderson and tries to go for the big ending, but then Anderson stands there and says, "Oh, what am I gonna do right now? Oh yeah, Cass. I have to wait for Cass. Oh, there's Cass. There we go." So it was basically it. That it was a botch, and people were like, "What?" I was like, "What is he doing? Can you not help your tag team partner?" But then, it was like, okay. Apparently Big Cass took too long, so yeah, it was basically he took too much time, and it was kind of a botch. But then, in my opinion, that was not the biggest botch. In my opinion, the biggest botch goes for the referee. The referee did the biggest botch ever, and I was so pissed. And like, you have, it was on Anderson. You have Big Cass fired up, ready to go. And I like, first of all, before going for the botch, I like the fact then Enzo goes to the ropes. Big Cass holds on Enzo and launches him over the top rope, and Enzo hits like 5 men or something. But yeah, the botch was really weird, because, you know, we have Big Cass, he did the Empire Elbow and all that stuff, and then they did the Rocket Launcher. I think they now are calling it the Bada Boom Shakalaka or something like that, but it's still the Rocket Launcher for me. Enzo and Cass with their tag team finish, the Rocket Launcher. And the referee, when he goes to count 1, he doesn't put his hand on the mat, and he goes, and the whole crowd was like 1. And the referee then started counting 2, 3, and that was the 2 count. And then Luke Gallows stopped the count. And I was like, what are you doing? I actually really thought Enzo and Cass won the match. But no. But I'm okay. The match ended like going back to that botch, and getting back to it. Biggie needs to stop landing on his neck. Okay, he needs to stop landing on his neck. That is dangerous. So yeah, going back to the botch before with Luke Gallows. You know, you had Carl Anderson. Big E was going for the big ending, and I don't know what they call it. Is it just the New Day, or is it just New Day? It's the name of the finisher, New Day, I guess. But yeah, Kofi and Big E hit them with that, and then this was so damn stupid. You know, he had Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows hit Aiden English with the Magic Killer. Then Big E and Kofi go for the New Day on Anderson, and Anderson rolls out of the way, and then Kofi, after 1 entire minute, goes to pin Aiden English, and the New Day retains. And I was like, are you serious? He was like one entire minute sitting, laying there. Are you serious? And you still don't kick out? You gotta be kidding me. So yeah, it was. I mean, it was probably going to be like really fast paced, but they kind of botched it. So apparently, probably it was like, oh, Big Cass comes out, Luke Gallows gets out of the way, Big E goes for the big ending really fast. It goes for the big ending with Kofi also. Then Kofi runs through to Aiden English for the pin. And some people were saying that Aiden English is not the right man. I think he was, because Kofi. No, the right mans were Anderson and Aiden English. Then Biggie, when he was going for the big ending, he tagged to Kofi tagged himself in against Anderson, and then Kofi and Aiden English were the legal men. So I think that was right. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, this match was entertaining. I'm gonna give this match a 3.5 out of 5. Because if it didn't have those botches, I would have given it a 4. But oh well, I'm happy that the New Day retained, and now that the New Day retained in this Fatal 4-Way, they're probably just going to break the record. They're probably going to beat Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family now that they have it. Now that the Wyatt family is back, thank God they're back. And now we just need Randy. Randy's the only one missing. I mean, people were saying that Rollins' injury was worse than Randy, and Rollins is already here. What happened to Randy Orton? I mean, Neville as well, but Neville was injured in WrestleMania time, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna give the match, like I said, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. I don't know what's next for the New Day. Probably feuding with the Wyatt family, and I don't know. They're probably gonna come first. I'll say they're gonna come in and win against the Wyatt family, because I kind of don't want the Wyatt family to be with tag team champions. I kind of prefer the Wyatt family to have their individual title runs. I mean, Bray Wyatt could be the world champion, and both of the others could be like the mid-card titles, and the Wyatt family becoming a dominant force. So yeah. Now, moving on to the next match, we have, again, Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. And, to be honest, another match that I really didn't care. Because, I mean, it had some good spots. You know, the big spots, you know, Biggie, no, I'm still thinking of Biggie. No, Baron Corbin rolled Ziggler. I mean, it was outside of the ring. He rolled Ziggler, and I think Ziggler, he landed hard, and Corbin did that thing. And the one thing that I really liked was the counter of the End of Days by Ziggler. I give you that. That was a nice counter. The counter was, you know how he goes for the End of Days. He was going for the End of Days. Ziggler does a flip midair, and he goes for a super kick, but it still kicks out. So, yeah. As he kicks out, and then Ziggler and Corbin were both top rope. I think Corbin wanted to do a suplex or something. Ziggler lost control and all that stuff. Corbin hit him with a punch or something, I don't remember. And he goes for the End of Days. 1, 2, 3. Baron Corbin wins. Right man wins. Is the feud over, please? Is the feud over? Please tell me it's over. I'm so sick and tired of this feud. And guess who Baron Corbin defeated at Monday Night Raw? Zack Ryder. Because why the fuck not? Why the fuck not Zack Ryder? Because, like, why? And since there's not an Intercontinental Championship match here, I can talk about Zack Ryder right now. Why did Zack drop the title to Miz? Miz, now, was it to promote the Marine 5? Why the hell would you want to promote the Marine 5 with the Intercontinental Championship? The Miz is not doing anything. Just give the title to somebody else. Zack Ryder should have never lost it. Or, I mean, if you really wanted that, Kevin Owens would have retained at WrestleMania. So, why not? Like, come on. But The match, getting back to the match with Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler, I'm not going to talk too much about the match. I'm sick and tired of the match. So yeah, I'm going to give this match a 2.5 out of 5. It was decent. It was nothing really special. So that's why I'm giving it 2.5 out of 5. Moving on, we have some tag team action, but this time we have the women going up in action. We have Charlotte and Dana Brooke against Natalya and Becky Lynch. Now, this match was kind of weird because I actually liked it because, I mean, it was actually a good match, wrestling-wise, but the ending was just completely crap. It's like the only thing they do with the women's matches are the endings are so crap. Like, since WrestleMania, even at WrestleMania, the ending was like, oh my god, are you serious? Like, Sasha was gonna break the submission, Ric Flair hold her leg. So, and then you have the Chicago Screwjob, and then you have the Dana Brooke coming out and Natalya pretending it was Ric Flair, and then all this stuff was like, are you serious? I was like, come on. The endings are meh, and like the match itself was actually really good. The thing that I like the most is that WWE made Becky look strong in this match, because I love the best part of the match, in my opinion, for Becky was when Dana Brooke and Charlotte were there, and then Becky comes out and does a missile drop kick to both of them. That was a really nice move. And then Becky, she does that thing to the ropes. She jumps on the first rope. She jumps on the bottom rope and then she hits with a kick. She did that to both Dana and Charlotte, and I mean, Becky really shined in this match, but the ending, like I said, was just trash. It was just trash. You know, you have Dana Brooke pushing Natalya to Becky. Becky, was it to Becky? No, Natalya was in front of Charlotte, and then Dana Brooke pushed Becky into Natalya, and then they hit a collision, all that stuff, and Charlotte wins with natural selection. What is that, like a DDT? That's not even a DDT. That's not a DDT. That's like a... I don't really know what that is, but that is not a finisher. Come on. And she wins with pinfall. I mean, she could have easily gone for the figure 8, and then Natalya would have tapped out. But no. No. So, yes. And then I would have given this match a 2.5 out of 5. But then it actually happened a really good thing. Natalya turned heel. And at the beginning it might seem like, why Natalya? Why did that happen? But in my opinion, if somebody had to turn heel, apparently the plan was Becky to turn heel at the beginning. I think I heard that Becky was supposed to turn heel. But I prefer much better to be Natalya to turn heel than Becky. Becky is over with the crowd. People really like Becky as well as Sasha. In my opinion, in like being more over with the crowd, I think like Sasha's on top. Then you have Paige and Becky. I don't know. It's basically that because you don't have many faces because Nikki Bella is still injured. So yeah. But yeah, the match was good. It was a good match, and Natalya's heel turn was good. But I mean, she looked like she broke kayfabe at one point. She broke kayfabe because when she left the ring, she started crying, and I was like, is that just depression? Is that just like Natalya being sad and getting out of control because she lost, or is that really a heel turn? But then on Raw, Natalya attacked Becky, and yes, it is a heel turn. But like I said, I prefer much better Natalya to turn heel than Becky. Because I love Becky. It's not like I'm not going to dislike the person if they turn heel. It's not going to happen. AJ Styles. Um, but yeah, I prefer Becky as a face. She does the face job. She does the baby face job much better in my opinion. I don't know. I've seen, was she a heel in NXT back in one point? I think she was, and I mean she was still like not like top percentage player. It was still like developmental, but either way. So moving on to the next match. Oh, forgot about the rating. The rating is a 3 out of 5 for this tag team match between the women's champion Charlotte and Charlotte Dana Brooke versus Natalya and Becky Lynch. And finally, Charlotte and Sasha looks like it's going to happen. In my opinion, Charlotte should go over at Battleground. Sasha should win the title at SummerSlam. In my opinion. So yeah, moving on now to the next match of the card, we have Sheamus versus Apollo Crews. Now, this match didn't... I'm not going to talk too much about this match because this match didn't have a particular good spot. It was a good match. It was overall a good match, but it didn't have like that spot is awesome and all that spot. I mean, Apollo Crews did a moonsault from the apron to the outside, and that was good. And then Sheamus goes for the white noise from top. Was it top rope or second rope? I don't know. But he goes for the white noise on the second rope. On top rope. I don't remember. But Apollo kicks out, and Sheamus goes like very frustrated and all that stuff. Oh my God, are you serious? How did he kick out? That was 3, and then Apollo rolls him over. 1, 2, 3, and I was like, you could have easily made Apollo go without a roll-up, because Apollo, he's strong. His finishers, like, what is it? The spin-out, sit-out powerbomb? Is it like that name? They shouldn't call it something else. They should call it something else. But the spin-out, sit-out powerbomb and all that stuff. He's strong, and he's strong enough to do it on Sheamus. And if he did it on Sheamus, Sheamus is not a big man, but he's a big man compared to Apollo. He's bigger than him, size-wise. So why didn't he do it? He could have easily done it. But no, Apollo won by a roll-up, and I kind of was thinking about that. So does really WWE want to show Apollo in this match, and then he wins by a roll-up? And I say no, they don't want to show Apollo as the good competitor and the great competitor that he is. So yeah, I'm happy that Apollo won. That was great. The match didn't have much spots. It had some, like I said, the moonsault and the white noise. So yeah, I'm gonna give the match a 3 out of 5 because I'm happy that Apollo won. And I mean, Apollo, in my opinion, would be a great opponent for Rusev. It would be a great opponent for him. I don't know, but in my opinion, Apollo, this rivalry with Sheamus is probably going to continue. But in my opinion, Apollo should go for Rusev at SummerSlam. And then he wins the title at SummerSlam. Why not? That would be awesome. So yeah, let's just hope that Apollo can move to some better things in the future. So, like I said, this match is a 3 out of 5 because I'm happy that Apollo won, the right man won, and yeah. Now, moving on, we have, in my opinion, you can have other opinion, but in my opinion, this was match of the night. We have John Cena against the phenomenal AJ Styles. Now, you can argue that I kind of was expecting this to happen, but the match was really good. But like, and people, I mean, AJ won, and people were complaining, oh my God, you're such a coward, all that stuff. First of all, wrestling is not real, okay? Second of all, I was expecting that because AJ is a heel. WWE wants him to be a top heel, and for being a top heel, top heels doesn't really win clean. Kevin Owens was not a top heel at the time. He was like a new up-and-comer mid-card talent. But I wanted AJ to go over clean. I did, but WWE doesn't want to do it. But Why the hell are you calling AJ a coward when he was dominating the whole match? AJ was dominating the whole match. He was, and there was a point that AJ said, "Is that all he got? Is that all he got?" Well, shit. He was like that, and I mean, it was obvious that AJ was gonna win. Even, I mean, yes, it had some. It reminded me of a lot of SummerSlam. Of SummerSlam when John Cena versus Seth Rollins. It reminded me a lot of that. But the match had great spots. AJ Styles kicking out of the Attitude Adjustment. Then John Cena, like inches away from a broken neck. It was really, really close. He was inches away from breaking, from breaking Cena's neck. That was inches away, and for the Styles Clash. But he still kicks out. And then you have the Calf Crusher, you have the STF. They kick out of both things. They go to the ropes on both. Then John Cena was going for the Attitude Adjustment. Referee gets knocked out by AJ's leg. And out comes Gallows and Anderson, Magic Killer. Put AJ on top of Cena. The referee comes back. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles beats John Cena. And this rivalry is not over. You can literally tell this rivalry is not over. But I mean, I would have expected this to be the beginning of AJ baby face turn slowly. Of course, it's not really like AJ just turned heel. But I don't know. I just see AJ as a face, and like I said before, when Balor comes in, I think AJ has to turn face because Balor is definitely going to be the top guy because this is. They're probably gonna say, "Oh, this is the real man." To Balor being the real man, the guy that is the leader of the Bullet Club. He was the original. I mean, in Japan when Balor left, AJ come in. So yes, that was what happened. But the match was really good. AJ was dominating the whole match. Cena was like real, and Michael Cole, JBL, Byron Saxton, they kept talking about this is not the Cena that we know, and I kind of have to agree because that wasn't Cena. I actually tweeted, is this really Cena? I haven't seen Cena in that bad shape since Brock Lesnar. Since Brock Lesnar, when he was squashed by Brock Lesnar. I mean, he was not squashed by AJ Styles, of course, but it was still really, really weird. So yeah. Now, moving on, giving it a rating. I know I'm being really, really fast because this is the only time that I have to do it, and I have really few time to do it. I don't usually take much time, but I mean, probably I should hurry up in some of the other matches. I usually take an hour to do a preview. Preview is a lot to be for an hour, but either way, I'm gonna give this match a 4 out of 5. It was the best match on the card, but it's not the only 4. This for me is a big 4. It's not a 4.5 because AJ didn't win clean, in my opinion. For me, this is not a 4.5, a 4.5 out of 5 because AJ didn't win clean. If AJ won clean, that was a 4.5. But AJ didn't win clean, so I'm giving it 4. So, moving on to the next match is also one of the best matches of the card. I guess you can say the second best match of the card. We have the Money in the Bank ladder match between Dean Ambrose, Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho, Alberto Del Rio, Cesaro, and Kevin Owens. Now, this match was great. This match was spots galore. This match was spots galore. It had some awesome spots, you know. Alberto Del Rio actually did his finisher, the stomp thing, that actually made sense. Alberto Del Rio, he put Cesaro, he put a ladder, and then he put his Cesaro, and Cesaro can't get out of that without without Del Rio. I mean, he could have pushed Del Rio, but that made sense. He stomped him in the ladder, and that actually made sense. And the other one was when Del Rio was in the top of the ladder, and Jericho was on the left side of him, and he stomped Jericho in the back, and that actually made sense. So yeah. Then you have Kevin Owens with a power bomb on Sami Zayn in the ladder. And I'm going through the best spots. You know, Cesaro. Oh, and Alberto Del Rio did a cross arm breaker to, was it Cesaro? I think it was Cesaro. He did a cross arm breaker to Cesaro in the top on the top of the ladder, and then Kevin Owens goes and super kicks Del Rio when he falls off the ladder. And Cesaro's best spot, in my opinion, he was doing the swinging to, I think it was Del Rio. And I was like, please hit him in the ladder. Please hit him to the ladder. And he didn't. Then out comes Chris Jericho, and he, bam, yes, thank you. And he hits, and he puts Jericho into the ladder. And I was like, thank you so much. I really appreciated that. But then you have Chris Jericho going crazy to Dean Ambrose. You know, that was 69 thumbtacks, and he was trying to hit Ambrose 69 times with the ladder, but then out comes Del Rio and breaks that thing up. But the best spot of the match was when Sami Zayn did, and please correct me if I'm wrong the pronunciation, a Michinoku driver? Is that what it's called? A Michinoku driver to Kevin Owens on the side of the ladder. And that was crazy. Are you alive? Sami Zayn literally wants to kill Kevin Owens. I mean, it happened at WrestleMania. It happened in Money in the Bank. What's going on up here? I mean, they probably are going to revive the feud at Money in the Bank, but what I really would like is Owens and Zayn to go to separate brands. I mean, Owens goes to Raw, Zayn goes to SmackDown, and I really like that to happen. They go separate ways. They hype the rivalry a bit, but they're in separate brands, so that's not gonna happen. Then when they finally go to a brand, like for example next year, they finally go at it again. So yeah, but then at the end of the match, everybody was fighting on top of the ladder, and then it comes out to the point where it's just Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens, the two men that I actually wanted to win. And then I was okay, and then Ambrose starts pushing Owens through the ladder. Owens hits his head on the ladder, and then he falls off. And I said, come on, Ambrose, come on. And Dean Ambrose is Mr. Money in the Bank. Dean Ambrose won. It was a really good match. Really enjoyed it. I'm happy that Dean Ambrose won. And we'll talk about Dean Ambrose in a bit again. And it started to make sense, the thing that he said, that, oh, is Seth Rollins going to walk out as WWE World Heavyweight Champion? Is Roman Reigns going to walk out as WWE World Heavyweight Champion? Or am I going to walk out as WWE World Heavyweight Champion when I cash in the Money in the Bank that I win? Hint, hint. So yeah, the match was really good. I'm also going to give it a 4. But yeah, for me, it's neck and neck at John Cena, AJ Styles, and the ladder match for match of the night. It's neck and neck, but I think I'm gonna go with Cena and Styles just because it was a one-on-one. They didn't have toys to go with, so yeah. Moving on, I'm gonna give the match a 4 out of 5 as well. Great match, great chemistry for all of the men together, and everybody put up in a great work. So yeah, moving on to the next match, we have Rusev. We have the United States Championship match. The United States Championship on the line. We have Rusev versus Titus O'Neil. And to be honest, this was the P-breaking match. The P-breaking match for me, because I actually was watching it at home, and I actually wasn't paying too much attention to this match. I don't know. I know there was some good spots where Rusev and Titus both go for a clothesline together. I know that Titus kissed his kid on the mouth, but the only thing I remembered actually after that was when I went to Rusev and Titus going for a clothesline on each other and laying down, and then I left. And then when I came back, Rusev was locking the accolade. And Titus tapped out. And it was actually really interesting, the fact that Titus O'Neil tapped out, because he tapped out the way that he tapped out. He actually took some time to tap out, and I actually like that. He took some time because I think that is one time that happens. It's like Kalisto, last time on Extreme Rules, Kalisto submitted immediately, tapped out immediately. Zack Ryder, I remember a match that he tapped out immediately as well. So yeah, I like the fact that Titus O'Neil actually gets some suspense, and I was actually thinking that Titus was going to stand up and go back to it, but no, he tapped out. And then Rusev getting his heel heat, Happy Father's Day, and then Happy Father's Day, you know, for Rusev to get his heel heat. So yeah, and yeah. Now for this match, like I said, I didn't watch it too much, but I watched some highlights, and I'm gonna give it, just so I don't be too negative, I'm gonna give it a 2.5, a 2.5 out of 5 for this match. It was an okay match. It was nothing special. It was pretty much like Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler. It didn't have some over the top spots. It had some good spots. So yeah, you had that time when at Raw, Titus O'Neil lost his mind and completely destroyed Rusev. So that could have happened in the end of the match when he was trying to provoke his kids, but no, it happened in the other night. So, like I said, I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5. Moving on, we have the most anticipated match of the card. We have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship on the line. We have Roman Reigns defending against Seth Rollins. And this match was really, really surprising. The match was really, really slow paced at the beginning. I didn't really like the beginning of the match. And you had Rollins acting kind of babyface. You had Roman acting kind of a heelish kind of character. And I was like, are we about to get a double turn? Is this what people want? Is this what WWE wants us to have? But I mean, it's kind of really, really hard to have a double turn because you have to read the crowd, and WWE usually is not doing that because Roman Reigns gets booed out of the building and he doesn't turn heel. So yeah, but the match it had some good spots. You know, Rollins at the beginning was being completely dominated by Roman. But then he actually started to going, and it had some great spots. And you know, you had Seth Rollins. I love when Seth Rollins does the superplex from the top rope, and then he goes for another suplex. That is great. That is awesome. That is awesome. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I absolutely love when Seth Rollins does that. And then you had Seth Rollins when he goes for the power bomb on the turnbuckle power bomb, and then he went for another, and Roman Reigns didn't sell at all and goes for a Superman punch. And I was like, come on, man, you gotta sell at least something, please. So yeah, but then best spot was when Roman went full speed going for a spear on Rollins. Rollins got out of the way. Roman hit the barricade, and the barricade actually didn't break. It was actually looked devastating actually. And then they went. Rollins picked Roman, put him back into the ring. He tried to go for a pedigree. Roman goes for a spear. Rollins kicks out. Rollins kicks out, and then Roman was gonna go for another spear. Rollins catches him with a pedigree, and that was really, really good. And then the ending was kind of like, what the hell just happened? Then Seth Rollins picks Roman up for a pedigree. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And I was like, oh, really? And in the immediate time when the bell rang as saying that Seth Rollins won the match, I knew not Roman, and Dean is gonna cash in. And Better than not. Out comes Dean Ambrose. Hits Dean Ambrose music. Seth Rollins getting ready for Dean Ambrose to appear. He goes from behind, hits him with the Money in the Bank briefcase. He cashes in, goes for dirty deeds. 1, 2, 3. Dean Ambrose cashes in at the same night and wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. Wins the Money in the Bank briefcase and cashes in the same exact night. So here is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And I'm happy that we finally have a babyface that is a babyface that people support. So yeah, I'm happy that we finally have it. I'm happy that Dean finally got his shot at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, because he was so close. He was close at Money in the Bank last year. He was close at Elimination Chamber last year. He was close at Survivor Series. He was close at the Royal Rumble, Roadblock, Fastlane. So yeah, he was so close, and he finally did it at Money in the Bank. Now, so a fact that I actually really enjoyed was that Roman lost clean. And when Roman lost clean, I thought, okay, what happened? And then yesterday, I read that Roman was suspended for the wellness because he didn't pass the wellness policy. So yeah, what happened? So that is probably why Roman lost clean. I'll say that much. Probably that was actually a reason why Roman lost clean. So yeah, I kind of find it weird that Roman lost clean, especially to Rollins, which WWE are making him the top heel in the company. So yeah, and it was kind of weird, but either way, I'm really happy that Dean Ambrose is the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. The pay-per-view would have been top spot if Roman turned heel on Dean. That would have been top spot, but it didn't. So the match itself, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, along with Dean Ambrose's cash in, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I'm not gonna. I was actually the match itself. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, for me, is a 3.5, but with Dean's cash in, it makes it a 4. It makes it a 4, a definite 4. It was great. It was great that Dean Ambrose cashes in. He finally gets his shot at the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And we're finally going to get the Shield triple threat at Battleground. And now with Roman Reigns' suspension, it's kind of weird that Roman Reigns is going to be suspended for the majority of the feud, of the build-up for the match. So it's kind of weird. But either way, that's going to be it for our WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view review. I hope you guys enjoyed. As a whole, I'm going to give Money in the Bank a 4 out of 5 because it was a great pay-per-view. The ending was absolutely great. It was absolutely fantastic. I absolutely loved it. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this WWE Money in the Bank 2016 review. If you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well, because I really appreciate if you guys do that. And I will see you all in the next time.